January 2025. The second Trump administration has begun, and the world is holding its breath. The Trump Doctrine, a volatile cocktail of America First isolationism, aggressive trade tactics, and a stark re-evaluation of long-standing alliances, is no longer a theoretical threat. It's a rapidly unfolding reality. The world map, once considered a relatively stable construct, is about to be redrawn, and the question echoing across continents is, who will pay the price? The core tenet of this doctrine is a radical shift in American foreign policy, a move away from multilateralism and towards a transactional bilateral approach. Trump's core belief is that the U.S. has been systematically exploited by its allies and adversaries alike, and he is determined to rectify this perceived imbalance. The most immediate and profound impact is felt in Europe. Trump's long-standing skepticism towards NATO has morphed into outright hostility. He has issued an ultimatum: increase defense spending to a level he deems acceptable or face a complete U.S. withdrawal. Several nations, particularly in Eastern Europe, find themselves in a precarious position. The Baltic states, once reliant on the U.S. security umbrella, now face a resurgent Russia, emboldened by the perceived American retreat. The European Union, already grappling with internal divisions, is thrown into chaos. France and Germany, the traditional pillars of European defense, are scrambling to fill the void, but the speed and scale of the American withdrawal have left a gaping hole. This power vacuum is not just a military concern, it's a political and economic one as well. The lack of a unified European response has emboldened nationalist movements, leading to further fragmentation within the EU. The economic fallout from the US withdrawal, coupled with escalating tensions with Russia, is pushing Europe towards a new era of instability. The economic front is equally volatile. Trump's renewed trade war with China has escalated beyond tariffs. He has imposed sweeping sanctions on Chinese technology companies, effectively decoupling the world's two largest economies. Global supply chains, once intricately interwoven, are being ripped apart. He has imposed sweeping sanctions on Chinese technology companies, effectively decoupling the world's two largest economies. Global supply chains, once intricately interwoven, are being ripped apart. The semiconductor industry, a critical component of modern technology, is in a state of crisis. Nations are scrambling to secure alternative sources, leading to a scramble for resources and technological supremacy. This economic decoupling is not just about trade, it's about power. Trump is attempting to reshape the global economic order, creating a bipolar world where nations are forced to choose sides. The consequences are far-reaching, impacting everything from consumer prices to technological innovation. Developing nations, caught in the crossfire, are facing economic hardship and political instability. The Middle East is another theater of dramatic change. Trump's isolationist policies have led to a perceived abandonment of long-standing allies. The Kurdish forces, who played a crucial role in the fight against ISIS, find themselves vulnerable, facing renewed threats from neighboring powers. The vacuum left by the U.S. withdrawal has emboldened regional actors, leading to increased sectarian violence and proxy wars. The consequences are dire. The region is spiraling into chaos, with humanitarian crises escalating and the risk of further radicalization increasing. The abandonment of allies has eroded trust in American commitments, damaging the U.S.'s credibility on the global stage. A new front in the global power struggle is emerging in the Arctic. As climate change melts polar ice, new shipping routes and resource deposits are becoming accessible. Trump, recognizing the strategic importance of the region, has adopted an aggressive posture, challenging Russia's dominance. This has sparked a new Cold War, with both nations vying for control of the Arctic's vast resources.
Breaking news.
The consequences are not just geopolitical, they are environmental as well. The rush for resources is leading to increased pollution and environmental degradation, threatening the fragile ecosystem of the Arctic. The Trump Doctrine is accelerating the fragmentation of the global order. Regional powers, sensing a decline in American influence, are asserting themselves. India, Brazil, and South Africa are forming new alliances, challenging the traditional dominance of the U.S. and its allies. The world is moving towards a multipolar system where power is more dispersed and less predictable. The consequences are complex. On one hand, it could lead to a more balanced and equitable global order. On the other hand, it could increase the risk of regional conflicts and instability, as nations compete for influence. The Trump Doctrine is not just about redrawing maps, it's about reshaping the fundamental principles of international relations. The price of this radical shift is being paid by nations across the globe, from Europe to the Middle East, from Asia to the Arctic. The world is grappling with the consequences of American isolationism, economic warfare, and the erosion of alliances. The question remains, will this new world order lead to a more stable and prosperous future, or will it plunge us into a new era of conflict and chaos? The answer, as always, lies in the choices we make today. Visual. Video ends with a slow fade to black, leaving the question hanging in the air with a final graphic of a world map, fragmented and uncertain.